Hopefully I don't go out because I'm around mountains right now. But what I don't understand in our society today, like with the gay part of life, is like with DL guys. When I talk to DL guys online or guys who are just very secretive about their sexuality, I'm just like, you do know we're just continuously going in a spiral or a circle, right? It's like, I don't understand why people have the need to sort of hide anymore, because there's no structure in our life. When there's no structure or direction in our American society, there's no future. So knowing that, there's no need to be a certain way. So this is why I don't understand when I see things on TV brainwashing people that everyone's so hateful towards gays and whatnot. Yes, maybe not in your little small town or certain areas, but my ex-husband, he and I, we're in a small town, and no one had an issue with it. It's like, this is what I don't get. It's like, it's the illusion that we're being attacked. Of course, through history, there's going to be, people who don't like other people, okay, regardless of what you are. It doesn't matter what the heck you are, okay? It really doesn't. Not everyone's going to like everybody, okay? But the point here is that when you're living the same life for a good 60 years, and I'm only 27, when you're seeing life the same way for 60 years, you're noticing a pattern, and you're seeing that, okay, well, since during that time, before the 60 years, there was structure and there was direction and there was a way of life to live, and we were getting somewhere, yes, of course, maybe be a little bit more on the, diligent side or the more conservative side of being, gay or homosexual. But like, what doesn't make sense to me is like, it's just this whole life I'm living. It's so like, it's a huge illusion. It's a very large illusion that catches up to me when I see that being gay was illegal until 1967. But what I don't understand is we're still in the 60s though. So it's like, it's the illusion that because a whole bunch of time passes by, that something is allowed or something is okay, but finding out that you're still in the same spot as you were when you started or when you were just beginning baffles me. It just baffles me a lot, because it's like, once you enter the 1960s, you don't really leave the 1960s. You don't go any further than there. FYI to everybody out here. You don't. You just don't. Sorry to break the news, and it's not a race thing, but you just don't go anywhere. You're still in the 60s. You can keep going at time. That's why I feel then we're standing still, and we're not getting anywhere. We're just kind of just going like this. So this is why this illusion that I'm living is like, what? Huh? I mean, I'm sure in maybe my past life, or maybe I just popped in and popped out, but maybe I did live a very apple pie American life. And of course, I would love to see that one day, see that everyone, kind of has manners and is nice to each other, and, not slaving away at these horrible jobs and paying high gas prices. And I mean, the illusion though, it's cute, it's adorable. It's like, it's funny. Like, I love the 1960s, but it's like, you can ever so slightly keep your sanity in a place that's not getting anywhere. With the people you meet and the people you date and the people you associate yourself with. You're just like, you tend to understand why people are the way they are, why they're mean, why they have certain fetishes, why they have certain things they like, why they, I mean, what else is there to do but stay here and just kind of sit in a circle and just look at each other and just, well, that's it, I guess. The phrase, well, that's all, folks. That's it. This life is very interesting to me. It's very, very interesting. I never knew I'd actually piece together why I live the life I do, and why I am the way I am, and why I meet the people I do, and why I see the same thing my whole life. see the same cars, see that nothing has changed, and it all makes sense now. I mean, I don't know. It's all programmed life. That's what I call it. I call it programmed life. Programmed life. This is what our programmed life is to be. And it's amazing because I talked to one of my gay friends yesterday, and we were like, well, it's funny because drinking was illegal in the 1920s, you know? But certain drugs in the 1940s were easy accessible to anybody. And like, for example, Australia, if you wanted to buy some sort of narcotic that is illegal today, okay? It's interesting to know that, you know, in the 1920s, people were hiding drinking, you know? And I don't even drink. So that 1920s would be perfect for me, you know? Living in the 1920s would be great because I don't really drink, so it doesn't matter to me, you know? But it's like, everyone's so fond of drinking. I'm just like, I don't drink, so what's the point here? What's the big idea, man? So it's like, I don't know. I'm guessing I just flow with this, whatever this is we're living. It's like you're throwing a phone, you know, and you're given an objective to do this thing called Postmates, you know. It's an opportunity. It's great, but you need to realize, tick for tack, okay? So yes, of course, you're doing Postmates, right? You're doing a job that involves using a phone, right? But what you don't realize is you have to deal with all these assholes out here. And what you don't also realize is we're all programmed to be assholes out here, okay? We can all pretend we're all nice people out here, but we're not programmed to be nice, kind, you know. We're programmed to be the total opposite. Let me just say this, we're the total opposite of the 1950s, okay? All right? We could all live in peace together, but you need to understand this. Tick for tack. Sacrifice. The essence of sacrifice, okay? If you're not going to live a very, just, you know, everything is just white picket fence life, you're going to be living, well, welcome to hell. You know, the reality is welcome to hell. And you're not going anywhere, and you're not getting anywhere, and you don't realize it. You just don't realize it. The essence of not realizing it. And this is the Pisces in me. This is why I have good intuition, because there are two sides of me. Because I love the 1960s, but there's the essence of the 1950s within me too. You know, the essence of actually living a very nice life. Okay? See, this is why we hide. You know, we hide and we think that this is our life. That we need to continuously keep living a life like this, holding signs up, seeing the same thing, understanding that, well, he just got here because, well, I don't know, he wanted to. I'm sure he's got a lot of problems in his life. I'm sure he's dealt with a lot of things in his life, okay? I'm sure we've all dealt with a lot of things in our life. I guess it all depends on where we end up and where we go in life and who we meet. But it's just so sad when I see someone my age, okay, staying at the corner. I even saw a cute guy staying at the corner yesterday. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I'm sure there's a possibility, a way you can find somebody to take care of you, okay? And I'm sure, I don't know. To me, there's like no ethical life we're living. There's nothing ethical anymore, you know? Like, the people I've encountered in my life, you know, it's like the ethics of living, you know? What I don't get, for example, when I turned on the TV and I was at my friend's house, and then Melanie Martinez, which is one of the songs I did, she's a singer currently today, and so she like did like a flipping off live, right? And they blurred it out, and I'm just like, why the fuck did they blur her out? We all know what kind of world we live in, so why are they blurring it out on TV? Because, you know, we're so desensitized today that, to me, that's normal, you know? But what doesn't make sense to me is, you know, the kids today are so exposed to everything today. It's just like everyone's on the same page here, but I don't get why we don't understand the illusion of our innocence being gone, you know? We've gotten so used to the same thing that we just, you know, we don't understand that this is actually normal, you know, in our life today that we're living. And so when I talked to him about it, he's like, well, there are some families who don't like that or don't appreciate that. But I'm like, what do you mean don't appreciate that, don't understand it, or don't want to show their kids that? You know, it's like they act like kids today don't know what the fuck's going on. You know, when I was a kid, I knew what the fuck was going on. You know, I wasn't stupid. I know what kind of world I was living in. You know? I mean, come on. Like, it's the illusion, once again, the illusion that we think we're living in something that we're really not. Like, I never lived that life of innocence. As much as I'd like to say that, I never got to. Everyone has their life of experience, right? Everyone has their essence of understanding of how they live and why they live the way they live. But I've never gotten to live a life of being innocent. Okay? It's the truth. Okay? But it's like, I'm like, think about it. Like the kid asking the adult, well, why did she flip her middle finger? Why did she do that? Why is it blurred out? The kids are of course going to ask on TV, watching TV, why did that person do this or why do that? And the adult has to sort of explain. It's like, to me, this is why I don't even know if I can even function being an adult parent, or just like I don't know how, like, having my parents explain things to me. They never explain anything to me because it's like everything's always been kept from me. So it's like I had to find things my own way. I had to find my own answers. I had to, do my own way because no one ever explained things to me. And so you need to understand, when you live in a world that's very exposed to every single little thing you can think of, this is like what you get, You get about anything you can think of. And it's like, I'm like, yeah. Anywho, I just thought I'd share that with you all, and I'm glad you're here to listen to me and my thought process, and yeah, the illusion of the life we live with these slave cars. I mean, man, if I see one more fucking Toyota in my fucking life, I think I'm gonna hurl. I don't know how many more freaking, Toyotas I have to see in my life to just, I mean, it makes me just want to just like throw up every time I see one. I'm like, this is like a slave car to me. Like, I mean, yeah, they're really good, but like, to me, it's like a slave car. Like, I don't know why. Every time I see them on the road, I'm like, slave. Oh, there's another one. I'm like, slave. They're like everywhere. I'm so crowded by all these slave cars. I'm like, fuck, this place sucks. Like your illusion breaks, it goes, tss, and you're like, whoa, fuck, I need to get out of this place. Like the illusion. When the illusion breaks, it's just, it's like, like, why am I here? What is this place? It's not fun anymore. Like to all of you, this is normal. Seeing all these cars, the majority of you, probably this is normal. Like, I've seen this my whole life. I'm sure even the elderly who are watching me have probably even, like, that's probably normal to you too, I mean, seeing the transition from cars being all American here to transitioning to, just basically everything but American here. Like, it's like, I don't know. We're so un-American as Americans. I'm just kidding. I don't know. We are a little bit. I feel like we've lost our touch just a little bit. I feel like there's no essence of us here, There's like, I feel like everyone else has their essence of being here except Americans, Like, what is American? Like, football? Like, baseball? Like, I don't know. Is that it? Like, what is the essence of being an American? What is the essence of being a patriot, being a citizen of the United States of America? Because I think we've lost our touch, wouldn't you say? I mean, the essence of actually, being one. I feel like we just split so much that I'm just like, well, this is anybody land. Welcome to anybody land. Anything land, whatever land, It's like, you see the range of history in American history. You're just like, it fluctuates. It goes in and out and in and out. Well, I'm ready for that change, because it's getting kind of dull out here, seeing the same things. I don't like, and then the whole beeping and this and that. I'm like, it just would be nice if I didn't have to cuss anymore, because it sounds like I'm just a fucking horrible person, It sounds like I just have, I'm just freaking unmannered person, like someone who just can't control themselves. And it's like, I can't help it because I'm stuck with all these people, and it's like, you can't help but like act like this. So like everyone's just, stuck in this, whatever this is. Yeah. You have a good day.